Well, what do we have here? Hi guys, how are you doing? I want to give you just a brief update on what's going on this beautiful day. Excuse the hair. This is just like a work day for me, but a work day in the yard. So I'm going to show you some things that I've been working on and trying to get things ready for the spring. Whew. Love lady tired. I'm always tired. But I'm going to turn the camera around so you can get a chance to see the little projects I'm working on while we have good weather. First, I'm getting ready to do a clean out, not a total clean out, of this bed here. Well, it's going to get totally cleaned out, but they're going to get moved in another location. So I'm going to use this red trough for something else, but it's not a one-day project. It's going to take me a minute to do the things that I want to do. But yes, I'm going to start pulling some things out. Over here, I've already started pulling out the mustard tenders that was going to flower over here. As you can see, I pulled some, I say pull, but over here I actually harvest some broccoli here, and the florets are shooting to the side, so I'm going to be watching those very closely. As you can see, the cauliflowers are growing, and I have to watch them closely because this one in the bag, for whatever reason, it bolted, and it was really small. So I have to make sure that I am still properly watering it and feeding it the right way. Over here, I need to do some harvesting of some greens. These are the onions. They're doing pretty good. The dry is a little dry, but the top is a little dry, but I actually put my hand down there and it's moist. I got to go through this here bed. This is nothing but greens and turnip greens and curly leaf kale. I need to go and really, really get in there and straighten that out. My borage over here, I'm going to totally take that out of that particular container so I can use that container for something else. As you can see, I have a new bed. I just put it together today. I don't know if I'm going to leave it there. I actually have the trellis spread it out, and it's a 4x8. It was a gift. Actually, McNeil gifted that to me. I was like, wow, thank you. My husband almost died. But now my husband see how big it is. He's thinking I need to move it. So that's something. I'm not going to fill it up until I know exactly where I'm going to put it. I did move the container holder that was right there over here temporarily. So, to me, in my opinion, things just are a mess. And I'm just ready to get it into the space I want it in if he just listened to me. But husbands don't listen. I'm getting ready to uproot this herb bed, and I'm going to put all of them in my stackables, and I'm going to probably move this bed to use it for something else, as well as move my wash table, seed starting table, from this side, and I'm going to actually try to put it on the inside of the fence, and we're going to do those there. But so I'm going to walk you to the front. Well, actually, before we go to the front, I'm going to go back up so you can see what's going on the porch. On the porch, where we have our peace ladies getting some sun, I have flower pots up here. There's nothing in them at this point, but I'm getting the soil ready so I can plant. These are my tiny Tim tomatoes. I've already harvested off one. I let them come out to get a little sun. My lettuce in a bowl, which I'm going to do something with that pretty soon. I got a new pot for my roses that I just planted, so I'm liking that so far. Here is my tower for all my lettuce, my mixed lettuce, my just all the lettuce stuff. I do have some spinach in here. I also have some rainbow chard, some regular chard. So I'm going to let that be. Everything is already starting to sprout. So right now that's going to be where it's at until I decide to do something else with it. I do have a lot of more towers I need to put together, but again, I do have time to do that, but it's about organizing. And I know you guys probably saying, oh, Lovelady ain't never satisfied. Well, I know what I'm looking for. Therefore, then I have my bed here, and my tripod actually fell in the bed. The wind is pretty high. It is about a little after 2, probably 3. Let me check my phone real quick. Oh, I'm just gonna knock it down again. This here is just not gonna stay up, probably, as long as that wind is blowing. I'm sorry, guys, for having y'all all over the floor. But it's 2:23, and I'm gonna come back here so you can kind of see what's going on. As you can see, I'm in the sun, and you see this is where how the sun is over there. But when you look in the front, this is the sun, and it's 2:23. It did have a little sun, and I'm pretty sure it might get a little more if that move over. I'm not for sure, but if you look at my neighbor's property, it's like sun right there. But I think just the mobile home itself is just shading it. So now I've been up here kind of messing around. I loosened up this soil, but as you can see, I've been working over here. And guys, I can tell you, the soil itself is pretty good. It's just the shade itself. So I have been really, really trying to figure out what I'm going to plant right here, what type of flowers. I haven't made it over here to this side because, trust me, this is not easy work with all these weeds. And I haven't sifted through it to pull most of it. I did pull some of it out. But, yeah, it's some work. And I know I'm not going to get it all done today because my grandbabies are on their way. So I'm trying to do as much as I can before those little rascals get here. I had the twins this morning. Yes, it's a Saturday morning, but you have to be a community. You have to be that village. When things need to be done, you can't say, oh, well, it's not my problem. So I needed to look after them for a few hours. And now my grandbabies, them coming for some more hours. But that's a little later. I haven't seen them in over 2 months. They've been in Houston. So yeah, back over here. I may have another hour in me, and then I'm just gonna call it for a day for it's working out here. I'm not gonna fill this area up right now until that location is finalized. My husband now is thinking to take this and put it where these two at, and put these two over there. And I'm like, looky here. Nah. This one here is already, I was gonna put it in this area, but he like, where you gonna put it? I'm gonna empty it, but I was gonna actually put it over here. So now it's like, I don't know. And then of course still trying to get some of the weeds and weed eat, not in my beds, but in the around. We do have, I gotta hook up. I probably try or get him to hook up my water hose on my spigot. As y'all can see, those that's been following my water journey, this is where I'm at now. It's like halfway full, that tote. And that's I want to say I might have to go back and look at some videos, but I think it's like a 275 or a 355 or 75 gallon tote, IBC tote. And I'm trying to, I need it filled, but again, I don't know if, I thought it was up higher than that. I'm not sure. So I got to make sure that there's no leaks in there. And I'm not going to buy another one. I'm just going to I'm going to have to do, something else different. As far as a water, I don't know. I'm going to figure something out. But yeah, so right now it's more like when I get a chance, I'm trying to get out here and get things cleaned up. to get ready for my spring planting, my spring seedlings. So probably the next time you see the inside of the garden, things are going to look a lot different as far as where everything is at. It's just a continuation of just working because of the way we work, and just trying to stay up with everything as far as aesthetic wise. I mean, yard work and just me coming out, keeping everything trimmed and like it needs to be inside the beds, because of course I do not grow weeds inside my beds unless something is blowing in the air and happen to drop. But as I look and take a tour of my garden area, I'm starting to be more cautious of what I am planting, what I'm using faster, what I'm not. So it's just a process. You learn on what to scale back on and what not to. So some of the containers will be swapped out with whatever's in it. Some things won't. But nevertheless, it's always a process when you're gardening. You see things and then you decide to revamp it. So things are looking good. I do need to do a better inspection of my carrots to see how they're doing. Now y'all know if something crawled on me, I'm gonna holler. But at the end of the day, I do get out here and check things. They're really doing fine. The onions are really doing great, considering, when I planted them. I forgot the date when I planted them. It haven't been that long, but they are doing good. And even the bulbs, let me see, this is a bulb here, so it's doing good. You can see they're catching root, they're starting to sprout, just like the regular starts that I end up purchasing. So my fennel is growing over here, so I know most likely I'm going to take it out of this tote, that bucket over there. And I have plantain growing right there, and that yellow one. And I'm most likely going to leave that one. That one's doing fine. But I have kohlrabi in the back in that white bucket, and I really don't know what that is growing with it. So I'm probably going to go in there and take it out. It could have been something that blew and just seeded. But yeah, so I am working on some things in the garden. It's just a process because my work day is so busy. I'm so exhausted when I get home. And I did make a video about that. You got to kind of watch your work schedule and how much time you can really, get out there and put in there. So you have to always be careful on not doing too much. This one here believe it or not, this is where the asparagus is at. And I do see where some of the asparagus is supposed to be. It's very hard. You have to really look. So me having to come back in here and de-weed this area, it's just crazy. Like, I don't know, if I'm going to even I might lose my asparagus, because I'm going to probably just have to take this out. But my goal right now, I'm going to try to see if this is going to work, is when I finish this bed here, I'm going to set this soil into my wheelbarrow, because this is great soil. I know what I put in it. It's really soft. It's not hard soil or anything like this. It's already been amended, a few times, but it's time for it to be amended again. But again, this is going to be like a flower area up here in the front. So before I plant anything, I want to dig everything up, as much of the soil as I can on both sides. And then I'm going to actually lay cardboard inside of that bed, then put the soil back on it to see if that'll help keep the weeds from growing in, because these weeds are ferocious. I've never, even when it wasn't grass here, even when it wasn't a bed here, like I said, if you look at some of my earlier videos before I even demolished this space and used it for any kind of planting, I didn't even have this type of grass right there anyway. So I'm like, dang, is it the fertilizer, that's in it for us, the plants? I don't know. But again, that lonely lettuce is still doing its thing. The irises are doing very well. I might be able to get out here in a little bit and go ahead and uproot this one out the pot and put it in there. That's why I sifted up, softened up the grass, not the grass, the soil. I do have asparagus right there in that bucket, and it's ready to do something, but I do need, it won't do anything if I don't put it somewhere so it can actually do what it needs to do. It should be rooted already, crowned, because it's been compacted, and it's been in there for 3 years. So I know it's ready. It may be the only one I end up with. But yeah, so this is a distant shot of how the porch is looking. Well, just temporary. So guys, again, this is just a simple update. Me talking, me showing you around how everything looks. You know, you clean it up 1 minute, next minute you have to stop because something else is going on. We did get a new lawnmower, so that's not the problem. Now it's time consuming. Honey changed. His hours changing. My hours extended for 2 days. And then the weather, of course, because we are technically in winter. So you have to just take everything in account for why certain things are not done in the space that you're working with. So I hope you guys are enjoying this little update. I mean, like I said, it's not very beautiful at this point, but I just want you to know that yes, I haven't been posting a lot about what's going on in the garden because there's a lot going on in there as far as repairing, updating, just a lot of things that needs to be done out there to get things prepared for the next season. And I probably say it all the time, I do hope this go round when we do get it done, mostly but with my husband help on things that I do need help on, that it's in a position, everything is where I want it to be, you know, where I don't have to keep moving things around. And just because you're gardening in a container garden, it doesn't, just because you can move it around doesn't mean that you should have to always move it around, because you should never really have to keep moving. But right now, that's where I'm at, only because of the space I am working with. To some, it may seem like it's a lot. It may be more than some of what some have, and you know, I get that. But because I do have grass in here, because of my own insecurities as far as bugs and stuff, I'm just trying to make sure that I have it in the best place possible for me, you know, to do what I want to do with it. So again, I hope you guys enjoying it. I hope the updates are okay. Things are growing. Things do look great. Some things can do better, but I have to do better with getting out here. But I'm working with the weather, and I'm working with the time I have. So have a great day. If you have not subscribed, please hit that like button, hit the subscription button, and the notification bell so you can always know when I put out a video. Leave a comment if you feel free to do so. Otherwise, have a great day, guys.